We're following right now. We continue to look at the developments in the Natalee Holloway case. A third suspect is now in Aruba, in a jail. Overnight, 20-year-old Joran van der Sloot arrived from the Netherlands. He and two other suspects are being questioned about Holloway, the Alabama teenager who disappeared in Aruba 2 years ago. Our Susan Candiotti is in Aruba. Susan?
Hi, Fred. Joran van der Sloot is the last of three suspects who were rearrested earlier this week in the case of Natalee Holloway. After he was picked up on Wednesday, Joran van der Sloot was extradited to Aruba from the Netherlands, where he is attending college. Now, CNN has obtained exclusive video of his court-ordered trip from the Netherlands to Aruba. You will see more of today, but in the meantime, we are showing you freeze frames from that videotape. Now, van der Sloot, seen here, was in Curacao at the airport there. This was the last leg of his trip from the Netherlands. He was changing planes there, and of course, he was being escorted by two police officers. You see him. He appears to be relaxed. Of course, he's tired from a very long trip. You see him talking to the police officers, even laughing at times. However, now that he is back in Aruba, he will not be allowed to see his parents while he is in jail.
Late Friday, Joran van der Sloot returned to Aruba from the Netherlands under police escort. Believed to be in the middle car, he was rushed out of the airport and back to jail. On Monday, he's scheduled to appear before a judge in a closed-door jailhouse hearing. Authorities will ask a judge to hold van der Sloot at least another 8 days under suspicion of manslaughter in the death of Natalee Holloway.
I think we have enough evidence to prove that the girl's not alive anymore.
Even without a body?
Even without a body.
Holloway was last seen leaving a bar with van der Sloot and the Calvo brothers more than 2 years ago. In interviews, van der Sloot denied accusations of rape and murder and said he regretted leaving Holloway alone on a beach.
At that moment in time, for me, it wasn't the wrong thing. I mean, it's not something a real man would do. It's not normal. It's not right at all.
He always denied that he was involved in this case. He has his own truth, and we think our truth and the real truth is other than his truth.
Earlier Friday, a judge oversaw separate jailhouse appearances for two other suspects, Deepak and Satish Kalpo, who've also denied harming Holloway. The judge ruled there's enough new so-called incriminating evidence to detain the brothers 8 days for more interrogations. Defense attorneys weren't happy.
What new evidence? There is no new evidence. They don't have.
The chief prosecutor won't reveal what the new evidence is. CNN has learned a new team of Dutch and Aruban investigators have been recreating cell phone transmissions and text messages among the suspects after Holloway disappeared. Discrepancies allegedly were found.
We use state-of-the-art technology in reviewing this case. That's clear, and that it would be sad if we didn't do that. So that's what happened. We used state-of-the-art stuff from the Netherlands, brought in here, and to analyze the whole investigation again.
Authorities say some information initially was improperly analyzed or overlooked. The chief prosecutor says by year's end, he hopes to decide whether to try the three young men for manslaughter. If found guilty, they'd face 15 years in prison.
Natalee says he believes that her death was unintentional. The question is, will we ever find out exactly what happened to her? And you know, Fred, this is the very first time that I ever heard prosecutors say or admit to errors in the original part of this investigation that began more than 2.5 years ago. But this is a brand new team that is working on this case, and they say they really do hope to wrap things up by the end of this year. Back to you.
And Susan, these are all young people. Any word from the family members of on the Holloway side, or perhaps even on the suspect side?
Well, on the suspect side, we attempted to speak with Joran's mother, but she didn't want to talk with us and hung up the telephone. She did tell other reporters, a CNN affiliate, that in her view, the prosecutors, after all this time, are simply after her son, as she put it, to get someone that they simply want to hang. When we went back to the prosecutors, they say that's wrong. They claim they are simply trying to get some answers here, wrap up this case, reanalyze it, and get down to the bottom of it, because there is a statute of limitations here. They have to decide at some point what they're going to do about this case and whether there will be charges, manslaughter charges specifically.
All right, it's going to be a tough 8 days. Susan Candiotti, thanks so much in Aruba. Well, with very little happening in the Holloway case for more than a year now, suddenly things are moving pretty quickly. This morning, we asked Aruba's chief prosecutor why now. His answers at the half hour. And we're keeping an eye on a massive wildfire around Malibu, California, where they have air assault in the air. New developments in the disappearance of Alabama teen Natalee Holloway. 3 suspects are now in jail in Aruba in the 2-year-old case. That includes Joran van der Sloot. In this new video right here that you're looking at, it was taken in Curaçao as he was making his way back from the Netherlands and being extradited to Aruba there. These images are coming from a Vigilante newspaper, and they're in the waiting area. He arrived in Aruba under police guard late last night, and he's scheduled to be in court for the first time Monday. And this might not be surprising, but more than 100